everyone, welcome to our Pilates Reformer workout. So in honor of International Pilates Day, I thought I'd do something different on the apparatus. Some of you do have some apparatus at home, so I thought for those of you who do, this would be a great reference workout for you guys to do at home. Otherwise, if you don't have one at home, you can try mimicking these exercises on the mat. And the last Pilates class I filmed was reformer moves on the mat. So they're kind of a cool combination because you can see where some of those exercises are done on here and vice versa. So I hope you enjoyed the class. We'll work the total body, but it won't be a full hour class. Let's see how much we can get done in a short amount of time. That's the key, right? Working all of our body. So we're going to start with footwork. So for footwork, if you're on a balanced body machine, it's 3 reds and a blue. If you have any knee issues or hip issues, if you want to go a little lighter, maybe take that blue off. If you also have a balanced body machine or a machine where it adjusts your height, make sure the height is appropriate for you. Right now this is on the tallest height, so obviously not appropriate for someone as small as me. I'm going to pull it all the way in. And you'll notice, because you'd most likely feel the difference once you got down based on your height. And we'll start. If you're on a peak machine and there's only 4 springs, you're going to probably put all of the springs on, maybe take the blue off if that feels heavy on a peak machine. And any machines that have 4 springs that are the same strength, you can test out doing all 4 or taking one off and doing 3. But you do want footwork to be heavy. So you're going to come down on your back, shoulders are against the shoulder blocks. Your headrest can be up or down, whatever's more comfortable for you. We'll start on the toes, so balls of the feet. Arms are just down by your sides, and we'll extend and bend in. Don't lock the knees on the way out. We're going to work the legs, but really pull the abs in the whole time. So your lower back is not arching. We're warming up the whole body. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, and let's go to the arches. So right in the middle of the foot, point your toes over the bar and continue to press out and in. So in Pilates, we really do emphasize working on our feet, getting some mobility in the feet, and strength. After all, the feet are our foundation. A couple more. And then we'll bring that in. Let's go to the heels, flex the feet, and pressing out and in. Start to feel your quads burning a bit, warming up the legs. Keep pulling that stomach in. One more, and we'll bring it in. We'll go to wide feet. Any part of the foot is fine, but get a nice outward rotation, as outward as you can get, and we'll press out and in, opening the hips and inner thighs here. Make sure you're breathing. And then bring that in. And let's come by the toes, straighten the legs out, and drop the heels down. And up for tendon stretch, pull the belly in. On the drop of the heels, really push the heels through the bar so you feel the stretch in your calves. Last one, and just hold it for a moment. If you have a friend with you, maybe they can pull on your heels to give you a little extra calf stretch. And then we'll bend the knees and bring it back in. So sitting up, we're going to change our springs down. On a balanced body machine, we'll go on 2 reds. Always adjust if it feels too heavy. So 2 springs generally on most of the machines. We're going to get our handles behind us. You can always check if they're even. So on here, this one seems a little longer. I'm going to make it a little adjustment. Perfect. So let's take the knees into the chest, extend the arms and hover, lift the head and shoulders, look into the belly, and we'll extend one leg out and switching back and forth. So if you tend to drop your head back, commit to staying up, or just rest your head down, or you can put one of the squishy balls or a neck rest behind behind your head. Let's do 3, 2, last one. Feet down, elbows bend, release. And we'll come into our double legs now, so knees in, arms extend, lift the head up if you're lifting, both legs extend out, and in. Squeeze the thighs together. Breathe. Keep reaching through the arms. That's going to help you not put tension in your neck. We're going to hold the last one. This is 2. On 1, hold it out, feet to heels. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And breathe. And let's come to our single straight leg. So both legs up to the ceiling. Outward rotation. Arms hover. Lift the head, look into the belly. One leg will lower, and we'll switch back and forth. And don't let your foot rest like I just did. That was cheating. Keep going. Nice straight legs. Even if the scissors is smaller, that's okay. Keep reaching long through the arms. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, bend the elbows, and rest for a moment. And now our double straight legs. So knees in, legs up, arms extend, lift the head up, pull the belly in. Lower and lift. Only go as low as you're not arching your back and you're not swinging up. Feet come over the hips, but not over the chest. Breathe. Keep that chin tucked or rest your head down. We have 3 more. Squeeze the legs together. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. And going right into our arm set from here, so we can stay on the same 2 springs. If you want to go lighter, of course, you can drop down to a red and a blue, or maybe 1 spring if you need to. All right, so let's tabletop the legs for arms. Extend the arms out. Turn the palms into the body. We'll open the arms out and bring it in. Out and in. If you want extra abs, you can always curl up. We'll do 2 more of these. And then coming into our triceps. So pin the elbows down on your mat, palms are forward, bend the arms, and straighten. Bend and straighten. Keep the arms close to the body. If you want more abs, another way to make it harder is just take the knees a little further away from you. 3, 2, and 1. Straight arms into chicken wing. So elbows come out, straighten, and bend. Straighten and bend. Make sure you're not arching your back. Take a break if you need one. We'll do 3 more. 2. Now straight arms up and down. Lift up, pull down. Use your abs. That being said, if you want to make it a little easier and less on the back, you can pull the knees in a little closer. Two more. And let's circle the arms around. Circles. The bigger the circle, the more challenging. We're doing 5 in each direction. 3, 2, 1, and then the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's rest. Breathe if you need to. Move the knees a little bit, whatever you need to do to release your back. And then let's put the handles down. And we'll come up. Let's make it just a little bit lighter. So a red and a blue. But if you are on just a machine that all the springs are the same, you could stay on 2 springs or maybe go down to 1. See how you feel. So we're going to come onto the knees and stretch the back out after that with the down stretch. So your feet are against the shoulder blocks. Again, it's a stretch, so if you do like it lighter, feel free to change up the springs. Hands come onto the bar, drop the hips, and lift the chest. punch in the shoulders. Shoulders down, hips down. Use your arms to press out. Maybe the thighs start to come down onto the mat, but you're not going all the way down like this. You're not collapsing that far down. And bring it in. So coming back, engage through the core, and bring it in. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, press out, and bring it in. And again, out, and in. 2 more. Last one. And we'll release. And you can just press the hips back, take a little bit of a child's pose. Then we'll come up for a low lunge stretch. So take your bar down 1 notch. And we'll take the right foot and step it up on the bar. If this is too much for your hips, you can come down to the spring cover. That's perfectly fine. Hands around the foot. And drop your hips forward. This is the lunge part. Now press back into the split part. Make sure you're extending with the back leg and the front leg. So it's not just one, right? So if I was just straightening my front leg, this is what it would look like. Do you see the difference? Now my back leg is just still really bent. I want to push through that leg also. So equal resistance on both ends. And maybe each time you get a little bit lower. Try to keep your back flat and try to hold on to the bar. And then let's press out on this one and hold. And slowly bring it in, and we'll sweep that leg around. Stepping the other foot on, hands around the foot, or the foot's down in the spring cover to modify. You're in your lunge, pressing out to your split stretch, and coming all the way in, trying to get your knee by the bar. And again, sides are not different. I'm way tighter on this side today. Again, making sure you're pressing with both legs. Do 2 more. And we'll hold on this last one. Press out and hold. And then slowly bring that in. Let's put the bar back up to the higher notch. We'll stand up on the carriage. Rounding. Scoop your belly back for elephant. Curl the toes up, keep your shoulders over your wrists and pressing out and in. If you feel your heels aren't lifting, then you're going back too far. So scoop the belly, pull it in on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Take your feet, turn them to the right on an angle, but yet square your shoulders forward toward the foot bar. Round your back, and same thing. We're going to go out and in. Pull the belly back. Let's do 3 more. 3. Little obliques. 2. And 1. Go the other direction. Rounding. And again, squaring the shoulders. Pull the belly back. Out. And in. Think about being light in your hands so that your abs do more of the work. 3, 2, and 1. Turn back to forward. Let's take the right foot and just hover it in front of the springs. Scoop your belly. Press out. And in. Out. And in. Let's just do 5. 3 more. 2. a lot in the core. Let's stretch. And then let's take this to plank. So stepping your feet back to the headrest. If you feel more comfortable on the shoulder blocks, you can do that. But just make sure that if you're on the shoulder blocks, when you do plank, your shoulders are not coming over the foot bar. Because what will happen is your shoulders will want to come over because you're reducing the amount of space that you have by being on the shoulder blocks. So just be cautious of that because you do not want to hurt your shoulders or your wrists. But otherwise, go back to the headrest. You're going to stay on the same springs. Head is neutral. Press out and bring it in slow. Right? So this one is about range of motion. How far can you go to get it all the way back in? Controlling it. So if you want harder, you can go lighter, but only if you have that control. And if going lighter makes you suddenly have hardly any range of motion, go back up. Let's do 2 more. Last one. You can see that I'm shaking. And we'll release, drop onto the knees, and shake your wrists out. All right. Let's turn. So we're going to go to just one spring, one red for just one spring, and coming to the shoulder blocks. And we're going to get the cords and let the handles hang. That's going to drive me crazy with the spring caught in there. So let me just fix it. All right. So we're here. You're walking up the cords. Knees are against the shoulder blocks. Handles are hanging. Tuck your tail under, pull your belly in, and pull the arms straight back and forward for our chest expansion. Pull back and forward. Let's do 2 more. And on the last one, we're going to add the classical neck stretch to your chest expansion. So hold the arms back. Hold it there. Look to your right, center, left, center, release. And let's do 1 more starting with the left. Pull back and hold. Look left, center, right, center, and release. Let's cross the cords over. Again, the higher up you go, the more resistance. So if you want it to be harder without adjusting your springs, just walk up the cords. Lean back a little bit again, tuck the tail, pull the belly in, and we'll pull, elbows coming out. Pull back, and breathe. Let's do 3 more of these. Notice if you tend to pull more with one arm than the other. And let's hold it back and pulse the elbows back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Uncross the cords. Let's hold the actual handles this time. And we're going to lean back. So in our 90-degree position like we would do in rowing, but we're just going to lean. And now with that lean, start to straighten your arms up and bring them back down. So this is like just one aspect of your 90-degree in our rowing exercise, but it is really challenging in the core and the shoulders and biceps are working too. Let's do 3, 2, and 1, and release. Walking up the cords again. Let the handles hang. Instead of keeping it tight to the body like chest expansion, for a little bit more upper body work, almost like in our pull straps, we're going to lift the arms up, not all the way high, about halfway. Tuck, pull the belly in, and pull back and forward. Now start to focus on that upper back, shoulder blades squeezing in. The back of the arms are working also. Pull back and forward. Pull back and forward. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and then hold it and pulse the arms. 8, 7, little movement. 6, should be killing you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. release. Nice. Okay, so from here, let's scoot ourselves back so that your toes are over. And for springs, let's go a little bit heavier for this. So I'm going to go back up to 2. You can do it lighter, but you won't get as far. You'll see what I mean. So in one way it's harder, and one way it's easier. So your toes are curled on the edges, so that gives you some stability. You're on the cords again. Now, get up so that you're able to tuck. From here, you're hinging from the knees. You're not pulling with your arms. Your body is going back. So let your body go back and come up slowly. So this is all in your quads. So I'm going to go a little higher in the cords. And again, tuck. Be slow about this because otherwise you'll lose your balance. And lean and come up slowly. So it's quad intensive. It's a good knee strengthener, but if it bothers your knees, please just skip this one. So leaning, you'll see how if you go lighter in the springs, it will be harder to go back. So in a way it's more challenging, but in a way it's less challenging because you're not getting the range of motion. So it's really a preference. Maybe even try a couple one way and a couple the other way, because it will recruit different areas, muscles. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. And coming up slowly. Let's take the handles in one hand and we'll turn around. Go back to the one spring, so take the one spring off. We'll get the handles behind us. Make sure you don't cross them like I just did. And come up very slowly. Very slowly. If you lose your balance, it's only because you're going fast. So very controlled. Bend the elbows. We'll come to shave. Hands behind the head. Pull the belly in. Up and a little bit over the head. Bend. Up and over. Notice if one hand works harder than the other, put some energy back into the opposite side, the weaker side. Use your abs, use your glutes. We have 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it around for your hug. Hug and open. If the cords bother you this way, you could switch your grip on the handle, just to give you the example, with your thumbs in, and you could do your hug like this. I like it the other way better. I feel like I get more out of it, but it's not wrong to do it the other way. Keep those elbows up so your deltoids, the top of the arms are working. 3, 2, and 1. Elbows in, turn your palms forward. V presses, so you're coming out and on an angle, like a Y with your body, and bring it back in. Press out and back in. You're resisting on the way back. Don't just let it take you. You control it. Resist the return. Press out and in. Out and in. Out. In. 3, 2, hold it out, and we're going to circle the arms for 5 little circles. 4, 3, the machine should barely move, and go the other way for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circles again. This time go all the way up, all the way down and around, and then lift up and start again. It's hard. And we'll do 5 in each direction this way, and then we're done with this set. 3 more. 3. Remember, it's all about control here. 2. Breathe. 1. And we'll reverse. So open out, up. Whoo, that weight is harder. Up and around. And down. 3 more. Out, up, around, and down. 2. And last one. And let's release. Let's put our fuzzies on. So some of you might just have double loops or one loop for both the hands and the feet, and that's fine. We have fuzzies here, so we're gonna put those on. Springs are at least 2 springs, 2 reds for balanced body. Heaviest I would go would be 2 reds and a blue. I think I'm gonna do 2 reds and a yellow today. But if you have a different machine, you can try 3 springs. If that's too much, change it up. I'm excited to put these fuzzies on. It's been a little bit since I've been doing fuzzies because I've been filming all these mat classes for you guys. All right, so we'll come down to get into this. You're lying down, feet on the bar. So grab one fuzzy, push back with one foot, and then put your other foot in the fuzzy, and then you're all set up to get the second foot in the fuzzy. It should be even because we evened out the handles before. Arms down by your sides. We'll come to an outward rotation and bend in and press out for your frogs. In and out. In. So I could feel, it's like the Princess and the Pea. I could feel how that was a little bit twisted. If you see. So if you ever feel like there's a little bit more pulling on one side, sometimes the cord is twisted. I'll fix it in between exercises. Let's do 2, and then extend out and hold. Squeeze the legs together, and you're going to go down and up. Up, it untwisted itself. Down and up. Squeeze your thighs together, pull the belly back. Inner thighs should start to feel it. And then let's keep the legs down low and open them out and in. Only go as far out as you can control the way in. So really be careful because you can pull your groin if you do this hastily. So nice and controlled. See where you're at. You can also control it by aiming up a little higher. So up a little higher is going to be a little less resistance, and down lower is going to be more resistance. And notice if you feel any difference in your sides. Inner thigh should be burning. Let's do 3, 2, last one. Then we'll come to leg circles. So going up, open, circle down around together and straight back up. Keeping the outward rotation the whole time if you can. We'll do 5 more in this direction. Make sure your butt is not lifting like this when you come in. Keep that lower back and your butt grounded down. Only come in to 90 degrees. So if you feel like your butt is lifting, a couple things you can do. You can lighten the springs. You can try to make your range of motion a little bit less. Or you can lengthen the cords. There's a lot of options. Let's go the other way with these circles. Pull the belly in. Last one of these. And lower the legs down. We're going to come to Peter Pan. So for Peter Pan, one leg is like a frog on one leg bends in and the other leg goes out to the side. And then they both straighten together and alternating sides. Together, alternating. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do one more set. And let's do a straight up and down Peter Pan. So one leg is going to bend and the other one's going to go straight up to the ceiling. So instead of opening out here, you're just keeping it straight up. And then press down for the legs to meet. And the other leg will come up. Down and bend, down and bend. Using your abs the whole time, right? We always want to engage through the core. feet together and let them drop down. If you're short enough, they can rest on the ledge. Otherwise, they can just go in the springs. Hold the cords if they're bothering you. And then let's release. We'll keep the right fuzzy on. Take the left one off and put it down. And you can keep it near you. If you have long hair, just be mindful of your hair getting stuck. So you want to bring it in. If you're more flexible like me in the hamstrings, maybe come to the ankle. This leg could be bent if you need to modify, or if you want more, let it go underneath the bar. And then open the leg out to the side without lifting your butt. So really keep your butt down. And then bring it in. You might want to bend the other leg just to get there, to push off, so you can cross over for IT bands, and then start to let it come in. The more in the machine is, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Maybe this leg starts to straighten, or maybe just keep it bent. Then from here, we're going to take a quad stretch. So if it's on your ankle, put it back on your foot. You're going to push all the way back with the opposite leg till this cord is completely slack. And then step your foot off to the floor. Point your toe so that your heel is coming towards your butt on that side. You'll see when I get to the other side if you're confused. Just start to bend in, and that's going to let your fuzzy pull you, and you should feel an intense quad stretch in your leg. The more you come in, the more you're going to feel it tuck, pull your belly in. And then we can release, let that fuzzy go. And put this fuzzy on again, foot or ankle, straight up to the ceiling for your stretch. Again, if you need to modify, bend the leg or push back for a little less of a stretch. Try to flex the feet here. And then let's open out to the side. Push back with the other leg and cross over, and then we'll let it come in again. And then push back, put it back on the foot, push all the way back, and then step your foot to the floor and start to let it come in. Tuck your tail. The more you come in, the deeper it is. If it's too much on your knees especially, push back. If you're really tall, your foot might be a little closer to the ground. That's okay. You'll still feel it, trust me. And if that's the case, you could also pull the cords to make them a little tighter. And then let's release that. We're going to get the fuzzies back. So I want to do one more little core thing before we finish. So let's make your foot straps much shorter. So you're going to pull a lot. Maybe put the loops on the pegs. Pull. So they're pretty short, and you might even shorten them more depending on you. We're going to go on 2 reds, so 2 springs. Let's see how that feels. So from here, scooting your butt in close, the fuzzies are going to end up coming up above the knees. So it takes a second to get there. It's a little awkward getting into it, I'm not going to lie. We're going to scoot and then come down. And then let's see if you can pull to get the fuzzies up higher on the thighs. Just gives you more resistance, although you could do it on the feet. Hands behind the head, curl up, look into your belly, and we're going to pull the knees in and take them out. In and out. If you're not shaking on this one, tighten the cords. hold it in, pulse the knees in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can rest by putting your feet on the sides. If you drop your head, just be careful of your hair. And we'll do some obliques. So same thing, except we're in a twist. So twist in your upper body, and then your knees come in and out. In and out. In and out. 2 more slow. 2, 1, and then pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Take a break. And we'll do the other side. Last part. Knees in, twist to the other side. Legs come out and pull them in. 5 slow. 4, 3, 2. Hold it in. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Unthread. Carefully. And we'll come up slowly. And let's go down to just one spring. And we'll come on to the side. So your inside knee comes down the mat. And your other foot is by the foot bar. And we'll press out for a lunge here. Nice. Fall back. Try not to slump. Sinking into it, stretching through the hips. And then press back to a straight leg. Flex the foot. And again, if you're less flexible, you can always keep your hands up on the bar. Just go back as far as you can. We'll bring it in. And let's come to our side split. So turning your feet, your bottom foot on the floor should be turned in toward the machine. And this foot can go to the side or it can go up. So side is more in your hips and up will be a little bit more in your hamstrings. And press it out. If you want to move in and out a little, you can. And then bring it in. And let's step over to the other side. Again, inside knee is down. Other foot is near the foot bar. Press out to your lunge. Nice tall back, deep bend in the leg. And then straighten through the front leg. If you're more flexible, maybe you want to come lower. And then bring it in, turning in for your side split. Coming down and pressing out. You still want a flat back. Bring that in. And you guys are done. Thank you so much for being here today. Let me know how you did on your reformers at home. And if you have any requests for any other apparatus you might have at home, I'd love to do a video on the tower or the chair. Let me know what you guys want to see. And have a great day. Bye, everybody.